With the roll call of those who died in service, please welcome Larry Sanders.
Today we are gathered in our small Midwestern community in the heartland of America, Iowa. We are here to dedicate our memorial that honors all men and women from our area who have served our country by wearing the uniform of the Air Force, Army, Coast Guard, Marine Corps, Merchant Marine, and Navy. Our memorial is like many that stand throughout the United States and on foreign soil. This memorial is our way of saying thank you for serving, and yet it is built to withstand the elements for years beyond our lifetime. The names of veterans whose names are on this memorial date from the War of 1812 to the present, and the memorial is designed for names of future veterans. Many hours have gone into researching names that appear on the memorial. A special thanks to the record keepers of the Keota Grand Army of the Republic, the Keota American Legion, and the Keota Veterans of Foreign Wars. And a very special thank you to the Keota Eagle, and especially the Richardson family, who for decades and decades kept us up to date on all veteran news. Future names to be engraved on this memorial will be the responsibility of all of us, young and old. Today, we pay special tribute to all that have served, and we pay an everlasting tribute to those that served and sacrificed. 60 individuals from our area served and were not allowed to have the opportunity to come home. They lost their lives while in service. Many have been laid to rest in our area cemeteries, some laid to rest in overseas cemeteries, and some were lost at sea and were never given the honor of a proper military funeral. These 60 veterans left home in a variety of ways. Some left on horseback, some by stagecoach, some left by train on the rails that once stood just to the south of us, or by bus or automobile riding down this very street that we are standing beside. They left but never came home. They did not have that opportunity to come home and have their mother meet them at the door for that very special embrace. They did not have that opportunity to have their wife or child run down the sidewalk and leap into their arms. And they did not have that opportunity to walk out into a freshly farmed field and see their father working the field, stopping to see a silhouette of a person in uniform standing at the gate, and driving over to that gate, stepping down from his wagon or tractor, and giving his child a welcome home hug that both will remember the rest of their lives. A Blue Star family sends their loved one off to serve. A Gold Star family never gets them back. Today, we honor those 60. Of the Civil War era, William Wright, John C. Temple, Thomas Gibson Vincent, Thomas Parr Vincent, Thomas E. Home, John D. North, Edward Karras, Samuel C. Crowner, William Fulton, Charles W. Goss, Robert Beatty, Thomas A. Shockley, Isaac N. Smith, Franklin Connolly, Thomas P. Gray, Nicholas H. Reed, Alonzo Hinman, Isaac Home, Robert J. Creswell, Tobias Heights, Nicholas L. Wilkin, World War I era, Lily Worlams, Leon Wallace Reed, Harry Andrew Sheets, Edward Earl Blythen, Joe Porter White, Marion Wolf, C. Leon Pickering, Claire A. Osweiler, George Thomas Dupies, Raymond James Callister, Willis Sunday, Alvin A. Redlinger, John Oliver Brown, William P. Pickering, Ralph A. Romine, Lester R. Malley, Gerald R. Karras, Thomas Francis Monahan, Kenton I. Karras, Russell E. Richardson, Charles E. Hammond, Donald Richard Flading, Clarence D. Bridges, Floyd G. Weaver, Cletus J. Berg, David Franklin Huber, Fred A. Drum, Dale Schertz, Richard Wayne Palmer, Wayne N. Alquist, Lester W. Tennis, Korea and Vietnam, John Raymond Linekamp, Kendall Burton Dowse, H. Kenneth Schaefer, Frank Bonnerarens, Samuel Alvin Eckloff, Laverne A. Greiner, Thomas Allen Niebel, Harold Edwin Berkey. How fitting is it for those bells to ring at this time? This memorial is thought to be the fourth memorial built in Keota to honor veterans. The first was a Civil War cannon and a stack of cannonballs that stood at Wilson Park and was built by the Women's Relief Corps. This cannon and the cannonballs were used in the scrap metal drive to help the war effort during World War II. The second was a memorial that stood on Main Street, built after World War II, that listed the names of all the area men and women who served in World War II. This memorial was built by the mothers and fathers of World War II veterans. As magnificent a structure as this was, the World War II memorial was 95% made out of wood and eventually was dismantled in the early 1960s. The World War II memorial was dedicated in 1946, exactly 70 years ago this coming August here in Keota, Iowa. On that memorial were close to 450 World War II veterans. Today, there are less than 10 that are with us today. Hopefully you will remember much of today's dedication. One thing you would like to remember are the words that are inscribed on a memorial located in Normandy, France, on a site named Utah Beach for the invasion of Europe by Allied forces that led to victory in World War II. On this memorial are the words, "The fallen will never be forgotten, the veteran will ever be honored." Thank you.